Hello everyone, it's Chantel from Crochet and welcome to this tutorial where I will be showing you how to crochet an amigurumi blueberry. If you would like the written version of this pattern, please check out the description for more details. And the materials that you'll need include a 5mm crochet hook, some scissors, a darning needle as well as a stitch marker, some blue super bulky yarn, some polyfill stuffing, as well as 18mm safety eyes. And please pause to read the terminology and abbreviations you'll need to know for this tutorial. So to start, you are going to take your blue yarn and you are going to create a magic ring. I personally like to close off my magic rings before working single crochets into them, as I find this helps prevent the yarn from snapping. And then for row 1, you are just going to work 8 single crochets into the magic ring, so by the end of the row you should have a total of 8 stitches. And then for row 2, you are going to do 8 increases around. An increase is just working 2 single crochets into the same stitch. By the end of the row, you should have a total of 16 stitches. And then for row 3, we are going to be working into the back loop only of row 2. Looking at the top of the stitch, you will see that there is a V. You are going to be going into the back line of the V. And then you are just going to do a single crochet and then an increase for a total of 8 times around in the back loops only. And by the end of the row, you should have a total of 24 stitches. You may want to take a stitch marker and mark the front loops only of row 2 because we will be working into that later on. And this is what it should look like. And then for the next 5 rows, rows 4 to 8, you are just going to single crochet around. So that is a total of 24 stitches per row for a total of 5 rows. And then getting started on row 9, we are going to decrease to 16 stitches around, and to do that you are just going to do a single crochet and then a decrease for a total of 8 times. And a decrease is just working the first half of a single crochet into 2 stitches and then yarning over and pulling through all 3 loops. We are now going to insert the safety eyes between rows 6 and 7, 3 visible stitches apart. And this is what it should look like. And I'm now just going to secure the backings and then begin stuffing the blueberry. And then getting started on row 10, our last row, we are just going to do 8 decreases around. So by the end of the row, you will have a total of 8 stitches. And then once you have completed row 10, you are just going to slip stitch into the next stitch to fasten off. You will cut a tail and then we are going to sew the opening closed. So taking your darning needle, you are just going to attach the yarn to the darning needle, and through the front loops only of the remaining 8 stitches, you're going to weave through all of the stitches and then pull the yarn tight to close the opening and then tie a knot to secure. And then weave in your ends. Now we are going to add the frills to the top of the blueberry. So taking your blue yarn, you are going to insert your hook into one of the front loops only of row 2. Pull your yarn through and chain 1 to attach. And then through the front loops only of row 2, you are going to work 3 single crochets into each stitch. By the end of the row, you should have a total of 48 stitches. And then you are going to slip stitch into the first stitch that you made. Then you are going to fasten off and weave in your ends. And this is what your finished blueberry should look like. If you have any questions regarding the pattern, please leave them in the comment section below. And just a reminder that I have details on where to find the written pattern in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate the support. And if you have any requests on other tutorials you would like to see, please leave them in the comment section below. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.